He's doing that. Satellite man just zapped me in the neck really hard. They did that back in the 80s too when they kidnapped me and they were holding me hostage here in Indiana. And how many times did they try to murder me? How many times did they shoot me when I was little? They were trying to steal my penis when I was a little boy too. They were trying to steal sperm when I was a little boy. Or when I was younger, back in the 80s. And they were trying to kidnap me back in the 70s and 80s. The Nazis were. And some other people that was tied in with them. See, a lot of people that work for some of these people, they'll claim that they didn't know where these people came from, whoever these bad people are. But usually it's, they channel through different people. Oh, and that satellite man's got to get prosecuted for looking through and inside people with their satellites. You know that, right? You ever heard that? Satellite man trying to undress people with their satellite eyes. Satellite man playing puppet games. Yep. More lawsuits against the IRS. They're still hitting me in the teeth, too, right here. And they're hitting me in the tailbone. So, in reference to the situation, and these people have tried to murder me because I was born with one of the largest penises in the world. And these people are gay perverts. Plus, they've tried to steal my athletic accomplishments. Now, look, see, we need it announced in reference to which athletes I have performed as and what sports, too. Like some people want to say, because when I play in sports, I use a different name for protection reasons. So in reference to the information, we need people to announce that on YouTube and other things. The government's going to get sued for trying to cover up things. Like when I've boxed in boxing, what athletic name did I use? Somebody wants to know. People need to answer that somewhere on YouTube and on websites too. And people want to know if I ever drove in the Indy 500 race. Well, that needs to be announced too. We use, people get the records from them, from these different sports leagues. Any lost revenues of advertising, or the government's got to get sued for that too. If anybody's wondering, I haven't received nothing from nowhere. Anyways, hello, GoFundMe. On there it says $189 or something that people have put on there. Thanks in reference to individuals that have donated. And hopefully people donate more. Or more different people. Maybe $1 here and there would be helpful. Maybe getting, a couple thousand people or 3,000 people to donate $1 or something. That'd be helpful. It's very serious. These people are still burning my tailbone when I'm sitting here. They burn me on jobs. They try to claim that they're cracking the whip on somebody. This man in the satellite control room has tried to call me his slave, tried to call me his gay boyfriend, tried to call me his child. No, not any of those. This man has to get prosecuted. He tried to claim that he thought he owned my parents, is what he tried to say. Then he claimed that he tried to claim that he created my parents. And then the psycho man tried to claim he thought he created me or something. Tried to call me a test tube baby. And he's the man that's been stealing my sperm. He's the man that's been sexually assaulting me. He's probably wearing some of my penis, that psycho man. There's been restraining orders on that man. If he's wearing any of my penis, he does get the death penalty. See, what they do is they cut off they try to cut out a section of a person's penis, or they try to cut off the length of tissue, and then they try to put the head back on it. You know what I mean? That's what they try to do when they steal penises. Or look at the what was that? Russell Howard, the show, the comedy show about Mrs. Mabel, or was it Miss Mabel, Miss Marble, or I don't know what her name is, but it's Miss Marble or something. But it's like a detective show in Europe or something on TV. But look at the Russell Howard penis theft video. Some people was wondering if that had anything to do with these people trying to steal my penis. Look at it. I'll try to put it on Instagram. I put it on there before. I'll look it up on YouTube and try to transfer or try to send it on the Instagram. My penis is my penis. These psycho men are trying to steal penises to try to change their race or to change their identity. These people damaged my teeth trying to change my identity. It's illegal. These people are trying to make videos with bigger looking noses. I mean, I have friends that have big noses. But my nose is not big. But there's Satellite Man, and some people think it's those Michael Jackson impersonators that work for the CIA or something that tried to murder me. Most of them are gay, I guess. I'm not sure. You ever seen that movie Bad Company with Chris Rock and Anthony Hopkins? These CIA people have tried to do that stuff. They try to murder off somebody, and then somebody in the CIA tries to steal that person's identity as they claim illegally that they were related to the person. No. I'm an only child. The Royal Protocol tells you I'm an only child. And all these people trying to claim they were children of my parents, they're liars. I'm the only child of my parents. It's attempted murder every day against the dirty government. I'm not sure which people in the IRS are the bad people, but, you know, I'm the victim, so people have to get prosecuted. Just like anything else, there's a group of people in the IRS. Obviously, there's an organization of people terrorizing my life. I'm the good guy, not the bad guy. And these people need to get prosecuted for torturing me on jobs. They try to run you off jobs with satellites by beating you up with satellites. That's what they've done to me. They try to pull out your hair. They mess up your teeth. Like it's a fucking work hazard with these satellite men terrorizing people. They've done this crap to me. They've done this shit to me for a long time. Never have I ever received any compensation or lawsuit monies from anywhere. These people have been stealing my tax refunds too. And my mother and father had guidelines in reference to standards of living for me. Meaning I was supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions. I was supposed to be, you know, this is a hostage situation and these people are trying to steal this location. They did this to me in California too, even when my mother and father's mansions was right up the street. And the apartment building, Sunbelt Fountain Apartments, look that up to see if my father owned Sunbelt Fountain Apartments. And, you know, Joe Rizzo was the manager there. And he was pretty cool. But I don't know if they arrested Frank Sinatra there at the apartment building. Because I had an alarm, and the alarm, somebody had tried to break into my apartment in California. And hello, celebrity females that are friends, you know, actresses and friendly people. But, you know, the alarm went off. So I came around, I went back to the apartment after going to the store or something. And the alarm was going off at my apartment, 7513 Fountain and Gardner, apartment 317. And there was some CIA girl, well, this was later, after the Beverly Hills courts even had court records of my mother having court cases in California with my information on there too. So, you know, when my mother or father beat people in court, the family history means that I beat them in court too, because I'm the only child of my mother and father, and I was named in the court cases against the government. So the government has to get prosecuted for violations of court proceedings and court judgments against their government agents. I'm the good guy, not the bad guy. See, I'm showing you how big my nose is. But anyways, don't forget, you know, I have friends with big noses, but they all know I have a little nose. So when these people have tried to make these Photoshop things, people need to go into court. And, you know, I've performed in movies and music too, but I always, if I wore a fake face, I always usually wore a bigger nose. don't get it confused. Just talking about when, movies or TV shows or that I performed in reference to my identity, even when I wore a disguise as an entertainer. And the Treasury knows all the different entertainers that I've performed as. Everything's copyrighted. And in reference to these people holding me hostage, these people trying to steal from me, and these people trying to steal this house from me, look up those documents. There's even documents that say if they ever tried to throw me out of this house, it's like trillions of dollars in lawsuits against the IRS or the Treasury or whichever person tries to do that. No ifs, ands, or buts, man. These people, and in reference to my mother and father's mansions, there was no taxes on my mother and father's mansions. My parents built those properties on the ground that they fucking owned. So, in reference to that information, it's more court cases. Ask the IRS who they think my parents are. Get them on camera. Even if you have to hire a new film crew if the news is too scared to do it. Or if they're afraid to publicize the information, I'm the good guy, not the bad guy. And the earliest years, obviously, when these people tried to attack me, and then they tried to break up my relationships with girlfriends. And somebody said Nikki Taylor said hello, and some actresses and other friendly people say hello, and hello sports athletes and hello friendly people. And received a letter in the mail. People should make a YouTube video saying, hey, I sent something to him in the postal mail. And sent it on this date and that date. Put that on record. This is one of the only ways probably that, people are going to be able to prosecute these people for their tricks. This is a hostage situation. They even had court cases that the Indiana government